So I would like to record the whole session for Nicole later on. Right. Regarding, I'm not sure whether I have informed you guys or not, but I will consider some request from a few students saying that they would like me to continue having the lessons in the online mode during the Ramadan season. So I think I don't have problems about it as long as you participate well in my classes, all right? But if let's say, it turns out to be that not so many students who really turn up, um, during my class, I think I have got to take back, the privilege, and I will go to the class to have the face-to-face classes with you. So how many of you who can promise me that you will be joining me on the online classes? You will be paying your 100% focus and attention to my lessons during the Ramadan season. Please press your raise hand button. Okay, Shazlin has promised me. Rajanur Zahra has promised me. A lot of you who have promised me. Okay, good. Daniel, right? Okay, good. So, this is like sort of a win-win situation. I don't really mind. If you ask me, I would love to have a physical class with you because, at least I can get some instant feedback when we conduct the lesson. But I've got to understand in certain circumstances or in certain situations, you have got to walk very far away from your hostel room to the tutorial classes, and that's not really practical, right, during the Ramadan season. So since we have, since we are done with two most crucial and the most complicated PB, which is um, the writing and also the speaking task. So by next week, I think around I think it's on Tuesday evening, 4 to 6 p.m. We will make it standardized. All students of KMKT system do semester will be sitting for their reading task, okay, reading comprehension task. And because of that, we are doing some sort of exercises as for the preparation for your actual reading PB. And for the following week, we will have our last and final PB, which is the listening task. Okay, so I hope that you can keep up the good momentum that you have shown me during completing your speaking and also your writing task. I have gone through some videos already. I couldn't remember whether that's from your classes or not. I remember that, Danish Shakir's group, we had a little bit problems with the video by Amirul Amin, but he has actually sorted out the problems, even though, I've got to increase the volume of the sound, but it doesn't matter as long as you have fixed the problem. I have got to acknowledge your effort in, designing your slides and learning how to, um, create that, very beautiful presentations on the Canva. So Amarul Amin, can I have a talk with you for a while? I just want to ask you, what did you experience? What do you feel during completing the task the other day? Can I talk to Amirul Amin? Can you turn on the microphone?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm great, sir.
Okay, so what did you feel during completing your speaking task the other day? Did you have fun completing the task?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in what way do you find it's a fun process?
When I edit the video for the promotion.
Okay, all right, sure. All right, dear Raj, good. Okay, noted. You are sharing the uh device with Daniel. Okay, right. So do you think that by using Canva website, it has helped you a lot in preparing yourself for for how to put this into words? Do you think that learning how to create your presentations by using Canva website has helped you a lot so far, Amiro?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you think that you are going to continue using that Canva later on when you get into the university?
Yes, maybe.
All right. Okay. So it's glad to hear about it. Now, I would like Amirul to read me the first two paragraphs over here. Can you see the screen that I'm sharing, Amirul?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the screen that I'm sharing right now?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. I want you to read the first two paragraphs for us. Okay. You may start now from this part, from this word.
This book is about the relationship between Professor Maurice Cutworth and his
Schwartz.
student Miss Album.
Maurice Schwartz.
Maurice Schwartz
Okay.
and his student Miss Album. The writer himself, Mitch, found Maurice 15 years after he graduated, and at the time, Maurice was in the last stage of his life.
Stages
They
of his
resumed
life.
each other to in each other's life. Sorry, sir.
Was in the last stages, yeah? Pay attention to the inflection of S over here.
Maurice was in the last stages of his life. They resumed each other's role in each other's life. Maurice, the teacher, and Mitch, the students. Through this time,
Though,
the lessons were
pay attention, this
not
is though, not
academic.
through. This is though, not through.
Sorry.
All right.
Though this time the lessons were not academic, they were more about lesson in life. They met every Tuesday where Mori recollected and reminisced about his life experience and what he had learned from them.
Okay, continue. The second paragraph.
The most beautiful thing about the book is the pure and warm relationship between a teacher and a student, because this is actually what a teacher student relationship is supposed to be. It has the most pivotal aspect for a strong fundamental in any relationship, which is listening. This relationship was so pure, it turned into a friendship.
Thank you so much, Amirul. But before that, may I ask you a question? Do you still keep in touch with your teachers in your high school?
Yes, sir, always.
Okay. Or anyway, where was your high school? I mean, which high school were you from?
SMK Kedai Buluh, sir.
SMK Kedai Bulu. Okay. So, do you still remember who was the most favorite teachers of yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who is
My principal, sir.
your principal? What's her name or his name?
His name is Wan Kamaruzaman.
Okay. How can you have a very close relationship with your school principal? That is a very rare situation. Can you please share with us?
He my chemistry teacher. So his
Okay.
lesson made me understand so much in chemistry. So
Okay.
yeah,
All
that's the
right.
reason.
Okay, that's very good to hear about. I hope you can continue having a very good relationship with your teachers. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Amiro. Right. So Tuesdays with Maury is actually an actual novel. You know, it's actually like a memoir. Memoir means let me write down the memoir. Okay, so it's like a recollection of stories. You know, the person. I mean, um, Maurice Schwartz. Okay, a professor, a university professor, had a very good relationship with his ex-student Mitch Albom. So Mitch Albom became the author of this memoir. So he recollected back, you know, the memories and also some good lessons that he picked up from his former lecturer. Okay. So when he met again his lecturer after 15 years apart, after 15 years uh you know, after he graduated from the university, the the lesson that he picked up from Maury was no longer too much about the academic, but it's like more about the life lessons. Yeah. So they met every Tuesday where Maury recollected and reminisced. So for those who have never come across the word reminisced, this means throwback or flashback. Okay, his life experiences and what he had learned from them. Okay, so remember when you answer this question, this type of questions later on, you need to look for the keyword. So before you read through the text, I want you to pay attention to the questions first. So whenever you get this kind of question, so you need to underline the keyword first. So in question 15, they ask you to look for the most beautiful thing. So the most beautiful thing about the book is pure and warm relationship between a teacher and a student. So you need to find out the real answer like this. So very straightforward, clear cut. You don't have to choose A or B anymore. Okay, so the answer is C, the teacher-student relationship, because it is aligned with the keyword. Okay, so this is how you do it. When once you get the Google form later on, you don't simply just click on the answers, but you need to prepare yourselves with a paper, a piece of paper, and also a pen. Okay, while you going through the you know, the keywords or whatnot, you need to jot down something so that you won't miss the whole point of it. Okay, how many of you who understand my explanation so far, please press your raise hand button. Okay, good. Dana Shakir, Shazlin, Shafika, and the rest of you. Okay, so can I have can I have another person to read me the remaining paragraphs from the first review? Okay, Natasha Nabila, do you want to give it a try? Natasha, are you there? Bella, right? You are one of the most responsive students that I've ever had. How are you, Bella? Can you please turn on your microphone? Can you say hello to me? Bella, Natasha Nabila, where are you?
Sorry, sir.
Yes. It's okay. I
Flagging.
okay. All right. So what about now? Is it better now? Do you have a more stable internet connection right now? I don't think she has a good connection, so a good internet connection. So let's choose somebody else. Let's have Nurul Atira Balkis. Do you have Nurul Atira Balkis in the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want you to read these three paragraphs, okay, all together. Okay, can you start now from here, yeah?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. book tells its readers that dying should not be a sad or mournful thing. Readers can use it as inspiration to become a more outstanding individual. This book also shows that affection is the most important thing in the world. Reader, Readers can see this in Mori and Mish relationships. Sometimes the book seems to be preaching too much since Mori talks as much about that as about life. But the preaching does not last long because the book is filled with short chapters that talk about lessons with wonderful anecdotes, anecdotes, a gentle humor, and emotional sensitivity. Some say that Studies with Maury is a sad book and made them cry, as they could relate to what Maury discussed with me. It talks about lessons from someone who has been through it all, the heights and lows of life. Someone who has gained love and lost it. Even if you didn't cry, it sure can leave you in a melancholic mood. It was really heartbreaking when Maury passed on. The beautiful thing about this book is it makes you think about the work, life, the lesson and experiences way after you are done reading it. It leaves quite a profound impact on the readers and gives some advice that can guide the readers in their life. Mary's teachings life through the book, making it a book that readers will read over and over again throughout their life.
Thank you so much, Tira. Okay, now before you stop there, can you please answer me? Do you understand the meaning of the word mournful?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
Maratapi.
Yes, that's right. What about the word affection?
Affection. I don't know.
Okay, affection means something to do with um, being friendly, being nice to people. Okay, understand?
Uh,
Okay,
yes.
what about the word preaching over here? Do you understand the meaning of the word preach?
No.
Preach comes from the word in BN we call it khutbah. You know, you like to lecture people, you like to share, even though your intention is to share, you know, information, to share your past experience, but to some people, they would think that you are preaching them. Preaching means khutbah, you know, in not so good way, right? But still, preaching is such a good thing for those who want to pick up good lessons out of it. Okay, and then anecdotes means symbol or you know special remarks. Okay, and then do you understand what's the meaning of the word melancholic? Have you come across this term before or this vocab before? Ira?
No. No, sir.
Okay. Okay, what about the word sentimental? Have you ever come across the word sentimental before? Never.
Uh,
No, as well. Okay. Melancholic and sentimental means something which touches your heart, which makes you feel bittersweet. Bittersweet means it's sweet, but it feels sad, something like that. For example, like, okay, after 15 years, they met each other, but at the end of the day, the lecturer, the former lecturer, finally dies. All right. So yeah, it's a sweet moment, but at the end, it ended like that. Not so good way. Okay. Understand now, Tira?
yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for reading up the paragraphs for us. Yeah. So number 16, why does the review say Tuesdays with Maury is a sad book? Okay, let's try to figure out the answers. If I were you, I would come up with this kind of method. I would rather use X if I clearly know that that is completely a wrong answer. I would give it a question mark if I think that may be the correct answer, but we can't actually confirm it yet. I would certainly use tick if I think that there is no other answers which can actually, uh, you know, which can actually be better than this answer. Okay, so let's read it up from A until C. Why does the review say Tuesday with Maury is a sad book? Is it A, it talks about the ups and downs of life and readers could relate to them? I would certainly give it a question mark sign first. The content can give guidance to the readers in their lives. I can give this statement a question mark as well. It makes the readers cry. Why does the review say Tuesdays with Maury? Tuesdays with Maury is a sad book. It makes the readers cry. I think this is out of the question because, you know, it's not really because of the book that can make us cry, you know. It could be you know, it could be because of something else, right? So we need to figure out whether it's A or B. It talks about okay, so let's go back to the text, yeah. Reviews say it's a sad book, as they could relate to what Maury discussed with Mitch. It talks about lessons from someone who has been through it all, the highs and lows in life. Okay, so some say that this is actually the keyword. Some say that Tuesdays with Maury is a sad book and make them cry, as they could relate to what Maury discussed with Mitch. The keyword is could relate to. So which one is the answer? Of course, A, could relate to them. All right. So how many of you who got A as your answer? Please press your raise hand button. Nur Aisha, Nur Atira. Okay. All right. I hope that you can actually apply this technique before you press your answer button. Okay, during your reading PB later on. Okay. Right. Now, let's discuss the second review. So this time around, let's have another two students. Okay. Let's have Nurul Aisyah binti Suhanan. Nurul Aisyah, are you there? Nurul Aisyah? Remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Remember, you need to pay 200% of attention when going on an online lessons, the online lessons, yeah? Right? Because I have offered you with some good bargains. I don't want to conduct the physical classes during the Ramadan season.
Yes,
so
sir.
I hope that everybody can actually pay serious attention to the online lessons. Okay. Now, can you please read the first two paragraphs from the review two to us? Okay, if you're ready, please start now.
Tuesday with Maury is written by Miss Album, who was one of Maury's most beloved students. It is a wonderful book. What makes it wonderful is it like Maury's journal, where it talks about the meaning of life and life essential lessons. This is practically a book about on old man's reflections on life. Maury was a teacher who loved his job very much. So much so he had built a lot of connections with his students that they become friends. This was especially true with me. They became extremely close after years of losing touch. The two decided to meet every Tuesday. In every meeting, Maury, who was very ill, taught me lessons that he could never learn elsewhere. Maurice told me about his life, his mistakes, and his new discoveries. This altered Nietzsche's beliefs and the way he looked at some things. Their conversion touched on marriage, death, regret. Maurice, in a way, had given me wisdom, the greatest gift of all.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Anyway, I would like to test you about your understanding on some new words. Okay, what's the meaning of the word essential, Aisha? Do you understand the meaning of the word essential? Aisha? Aisha, I'm still talking to you. Okay,
Sorry, sir.
yes.
Macam benda penting.
Okay, important, huh?
It's like
All right.
important, not important.
Okay, so the next word is wisdom. Have you come across this word and do you understand the meaning of it?
Hikmah,
Okay, wisdom
Hikmah.
comes from the word wise. Wise means smart. So wisdom means kebijaksanaan. Understand, Aisha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, before I let you go, I just want to ask you, Aisha, did you have a good relationship with any of your teachers back in high school? Aisha, I'm still talking to you. Yes, turn on the microphone and answer me.
So sorry, I lost my connection.
Okay, now,
Can you repeat again?
all right, my question is, do you have a good relationship with any of your teachers back in your high school? As related to what we are,
Yes, sir.
as what we are related to, as what we are discussing about. This is the review about Tuesdays with Maury. Okay, so we know that Mitch Album is the former student to Maurice Schwartz. Right, Maurice Schwartz was a university professor, and he was dying because of critical illness, but he wanted to spend some of his remaining days to reminisce all good things with one of his most favorite or his most beloved students, Mitch Album. Right. Anyway, may I know where was your high school? Where your high school was?
SMK Datuk Perdana.
SMK Datuk Perdana
SMK
is
Datuk Perdana.
somewhere in Bachok, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so who was your favorite teacher back then?
History teachers.
History teacher. What's the name of that teacher?
Norma Abdul Kadir.
Okay, what makes her your favorite teacher then? Can you please explain to us?
She's such beloved teacher and funny for me.
Funny. All right, what do you still remember some of her, advices that she has shared with you?
Keep study until you success.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear about it. Okay. All right, thank you so much, Aisha. So let's have a guy to read me the two final paragraphs. Okay, do we have Shahrul Daniel bin Mat Ali? Shahrul Daniel, say hello to me, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how are you doing, Shahrul? How are you doing? Fine, okay. All right, please read us these two final paragraphs. You may start now.
The most amazing part in the book is how Mori considered himself lucky because although he was terminally ill, he still had the chance to say goodbye to everyone he loved. There are also some serious parts that could be boring to the readers, but Mori was charming in his simplicity and truthfulness. In addition, the way Mitch presented Mori's idea ensured that the readers did not feel bored. What the readers might find interesting in this book is that the lessons given by Mori, which were raw, very precious, and inspirational. Some say, like Mitch, they have a different perspective on how they see life after reading the book. For example, Mori made us realize that it is alright to be vulnerable, although sometimes it can be scary and hurt us, like falling in love. There is always a chance that our hearts could be broken, but if you never try, you will never know. Some readers say that the book had a very deep impact on them and stay with them even after finishing it. Some say, in a strange way, no matter how interesting the book was, they were not in a rush to finish the book as they had to stop and take in the simple yet overwhelming things that Mori and Mitch has discussed. The chapters were like little pills of life where if you had to take them on a daily basis.
Okay, thank you so much, Sharo. Anyway, may I test you whether you understand the meaning of this word? Overwhelming. What's the meaning of it?
No.
You don't know. Okay. Overwhelming means something unexpected. Unexpected. Okay. Overwhelming things, unexpected things, surprising yet unexpected. You got it, Sharo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right, thank you so much. Now let's discuss these four final questions together. Okay, what is the best gift Maury gave to Mitch? All right, so remember once again, before you attempt your answers, please look for the keywords on each question. So in this question, so the keyword is best gift. So you need to look up for this keyword in the passage. Yeah. So do we see the keyword in the first paragraph? Best gift. Best gift. Same goes to this part, greatest gift. So greatest gift has got to do with the wisdom. All right, so straight forward, clear-cut answer. The answer for 17 is A. How many of you who got the correct answer? Please press your raise hand button. Okay, we see Jamila, Masawani. Who else? Okay, Rajanur Zahra, Shazin Shafika. All right, you guys are great. Now let's move on to the next question. Why did Maury consider himself lucky? So this is the keyword for the question. Okay, so this is the keyword for the question. So we look for the research, we're gonna search for the keyword on the first. Do we have lucky? Yes, we finally found this term. So Maury considered himself lucky. So Maury was the professor, was the teacher, and Mitch Albom was the student. So Mitch Albom recollected his memories with his teacher, Maury Schwartz. In this book, it's called Tuesdays with Maury. And he considered Maury as a lucky person because although he was terminally ill, you know, he suffers from a very critical illness, he still had the chance to say goodbye to everyone he loved. So let's find out the answers from the selections given. Mori could charm people. Obviously, we give a cross on it. He's a simple and trustworthy. Okay, we can simply give it a major cross on it. And he was able to say his goodbyes. No disputes anymore. This is the answer. How many of you who got C as the answer for question 18? Please press your raise hand button. Okay, no Atira, no Izzati, no Jamila, Shazlin, Rajanu Zahara, Amirul Amin. Okay, I think most of you got the correct answers. So let's discuss question 19 and 20. Yeah? So this is a combination of review 1 and 2. You need to understand both reviews before you answer these two questions. So both reviews agree that the most remarkable thing about the book is, okay, this one we have got to apply this 3 key technique: cross, question mark, and tick sign. Yeah. So the book has short chapters. What do you think? Should we give it a cross or question mark or tick? Let's ask. Rajendra Zahra, should we give the cross, the question mark, or tick?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for option A, what would you give to this option? A cross or a question mark or a tick?
Across.
A cross, okay? That's, I think I have got to agree with you. What about B, the meetings that were held only on Tuesdays? Do you think that this is the remarkable thing? This is actually the most significant thing about the book, where the fact is they are meeting each other on Tuesdays. Let's give it a big major cross because it's not relevant at all. Okay, so do you agree with me that the answer is C, the teacher-student relationship that turned into a friendship? Rajan Rozara?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you get the same answer as mine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mazawani also, I assume that she also has, gotten the similar answer as ours, right? Okay, so the answer for 19 is C, the teacher-student relationship that turned into a friendship. Remember this technique, yeah, when you answer the reading task, PB later on. Okay, which of the following is true about both reviews? Okay, so both reviews agreed that the book is rather boring. Straight away, we give it cross because there's no part that says that it's completely a boring book. B, both reviews agreed that the book is an inspiration to its readers. I would give it a question mark first because, it could be the answer that we are looking for. And what about C? Both reviews agreed that the book has made a great impact on its readers. So I have got to give it a question mark as well. So how to figure out whether the answer is B or C? Both reviews, okay. Now, right. If you ask me, I would say this statement would be the answer to question 20. Some readers say that the book had a very deep impact. It's not just inspired them, but it has left a very great impact on its readers. So, guys, do you agree that the answer for number 20 is also C? How many of you who agree with me? Please press your raise hand button. Yes, no, Izati, no, Shazlin, and everybody. I think you have actually agreed with my answers as well. Okay, so I'll stop here and I would like you guys to continue answering the questions. I would like you to do part 6 on page 151 and 152. Okay, so for those who don't have the book, you may ask your friends to snap, the pages for you, and we'll be discussing the section later on. I think by 3:40 or something. Okay, let's stick to. Okay, 3:30. 3:30. I will be back on the Google Meet, and I want you guys to read me. I will be picking some students to read me the paragraphs. Okay. All right. So far, do you enjoy having the lesson with me today? Even though it's Saturday, it's not Tuesday. How many of you find today's lesson is quite a casual lesson that you really enjoy it? Okay, Mazawani, Shazlin, all right, cool. Since you have completed your PB, then I think that our lesson should be should be remain this way. It's not going to be too complicated or too serious anymore, all right? And maybe I have got to check next week's lesson whether we are going to focus on, which skills that we are going to focus on, right? But don't forget that you are going to sit for your reading task by this coming Tuesday on 4 to 6 p.m. We have made it standardized. All students of SDS will be sitting for your reading task on this coming Tuesday. All right. So I'll stop here for a while and I'll be back by 3:30. Okay. So continue working on answering the questions. I want you to read through the passage, try to understand every single thing on it, and then we'll discuss the answers later. All right. You may leave the room now. Thank you so much for joining me right now. For the time being, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Okay, I'll leave there. All right. Stop sharing.